so much for tuning in for this video. Today's video is going to be something that I got requested quite a bit, and it's to do kind of like an eyebrow routine tutorial. So I'm going to show you how I do my eyebrows. So if you want to see how I do my eyebrows, then keep watching. Before I get started with the up-close demo, I wanted to talk a little bit about how to achieve an eyebrow shape and stuff like that. If you see my eyebrows, they look like they have a great arch going on, but they really don't. My eyebrow is a very straight, kind of like, I have my dad's eyebrows, so I have kind of like man eyebrows. They're very straight. The thing that really helped me, and I wish someone would have told me that before, is there's nothing wrong with you going ahead and filling in your eyebrows and then plucking them. Get your brow powder and kind of fill in your eyebrows the way that you would like the arch to go, you know, make it higher, make it more pronounced, whatever it is, and then go around that stencil that you created with that brow powder and pluck. It's so much easier. It prevents you from plucking the wrong hairs, which is kind of confusing when you have straight eyebrows or eyebrows with no arch and no shape and stuff like that. It just makes it so much easier. So I definitely recommend that. If you're in a doubt, just fill in your eyebrows far away, you know, judge, is that a good shape for me? And then start plucking from there. It just makes it a lot easier. So I tweeze with Tweezerman. And another thing that I do is for the tops of my eyebrows, since I'm a brunette, I have little hairs that grow out here. So I take one of these little razors and I kind of go down. I see some people that go all the way in to like kind of creep up and make kind of like a stencil with their eyebrows, if that makes sense. I don't like to do that because I like to use the little hairs outside of my eyebrow to give it a more natural appearance, but you could do that, I guess. I kind of just go outside, you know, anything that's in this area that doesn't belong, I go like that to clean it up. But the baby hairs right around my eyebrow, I actually use them to fill in my eyebrows. So as you can see, I have one eyebrow done already, and we're gonna work on this one. The first thing that I do, and the most important one to me, is priming my eyelid. This acts kind of like as a lot of things. It's not only going to make whatever you put on stay a lot longer, it also kind of grabs onto the hairs and makes them thicker and it gives them body. It's kind of like having a wax and the primer at the same time, and my eyebrows are really unruly, and most of the time I don't even need to use a brow gel because this just keeps them in place. So I rub it in really well, and then I comb my eyebrows up just to make sure that that product is evenly distributed. And then if you see, I have created that arch that I want underneath. So what we want to perfect is kind of up here on top. So this is what I do. Since, like I told you, I don't kind of go too far with the little razor down here. I kind of leave it more natural up here. I have little hairs up here, tiny little baby hairs that are gonna serve me as a guideline. So as I bring my eyebrow down, as I comb it down, there is this perfect guideline of hairs that tell me where my eyebrow should end up here. So I'm gonna get closer so you can see all the hairs. I hope you can see that. That makes it extremely easy for someone with less of a defined arch like I have to kind of see where to end. And it's also gonna look really natural because since those little hairs have the primer in them, it's gonna look really natural because those hairs are gonna be there when we comb it back up, and it's not gonna look too drawn in. I use my Anastasia Brow Powder. This is Brunette dark brown. I like this because I first of all like powder better. I just think it's a little bit softer, and as long as you prime, you're gonna get that waxy feeling from having like a product in the eyebrows. And also I really love having the two colors. I use the darker color more for the arch of my brow, and then this color more towards the center, and if I need to fill any gap. So first I'm going to be working on the highest part of my arch, so I'm going in with the darkest color in my duo, and this is a MAC 266, which is just an angled brush. As you can see here, any angled brush works. I recommend something that's not so skinny, but a little bit fatter. It just deposits the color a little bit more naturally. I'm going in the arch of my brow. And again, I have all those little hairs back there that I'm looking at, and that's where I'm basically drawing, where all those little baby hairs that are kind of remnants of my eyebrow are up there. And I kind of spread it around. As you can tell, it's very pigmented. I go one more time with a little bit of the dark one. And kind of define my arch. I like to bring it down a little more rounded. On some people, it looks amazing to have like a really arched eyebrow. Since I have straight eyebrows, I just have to work with what I have. But I mean, if you like a really pointy eyebrow, you know, you can definitely make that pointier. Like I said, I like my eyebrows to look as natural as possible. And then I dipped in the lighter color and I'm kind of feathering inwards. And then with whatever, if you see the front of my eyebrows is very full naturally. So what I do is with what's left over in the brush from already doing the whole thing, I go in the front and kind of perfect this angle a little bit. But it's such a small amount of product that it's hardly anything. If not, it would be too harsh. If you barely have any hair there, because most people actually don't have this much hair in the front of their eyebrow, then do feel free to use the lighter color and start bringing it in this way. Never kind of like start with the most product here and then bring it out. Just start bringing it in this way. But if you have quite a bit of hair, just with whatever is left over in the brush, that's plenty to just do this. So before I apply any more product, because I think I'm going to be pretty set, I'm going to comb my eyebrow back up to see how it looks, right? So just enough to where it looks manageable. So as you can tell there, it's just combing the eyebrow down. It really helps kind of see where the eyebrow should end and it doesn't look too drawn in. I'm gonna get closer to you. I'm gonna finish it off. But I want to show you, yes, it's a very defined and like thick eyebrow, but it doesn't look too drawn in. So usually to finish off my eyebrow, if I'm not wearing any eyeshadow that day, I love to use the product Eyebrow from Benefit. It's very similar to the Eyebrow by Benefit. It's actually kind of the same color. It's just that this is a little more waxy, and it's for underneath your eyebrows. So I can either draw that right under here to kind of give my eyebrow a little bit of a boost, or today, since I'm wearing eyeshadow, I would wear a color like vanilla or like rice paper. This is my favorite for my skin tone. And I'm going to take a little bit of a shader brush and just blend it down. And that instantly also gives your eyebrow a bit of a lift and boost. Makes it more defined. And then on the top portion, I don't really like to stencil my eyebrows in like with the concealer. It looks great on some people, but then again, like I said, I like to leave a little bit of the hairs that are really close there just to make it appear more natural and just like a thick full brow is there. So what I'll do sometimes is I'll take my concealer brush with whatever little bit of concealer I have left over from my eyes, and I go in this area only, which is just the arch. And this is just so that visually my arch pops more. Just kind of helps the arch of my brow stand out a bit more. And to finish them off, I like to use a little bit of gel if I'm going out at night or if I'm going to be gone for a long time, because most times just using the eyeshadow primer, it really works well. But for purposes of demonstrating, I'm going to put a little bit of the brow gel, and that's just going to help them stay in place a little bit better. And my eyebrows are not symmetrical, they're actually quite different, but that's okay with me. So this is the final result. I get closer so you can see. They're not perfectly symmetrical or anything like that. They're bold, but they don't look fake. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you like it. If you have any questions or anything like that, I'm going to list all the products in the info bar, but if you have any additional questions for me, just let me know. I hope that this helps some of you out, especially if you're like me and you're not blessed with a very defined arch. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're having a great day. Bye.